On Saturday afternoon, the 4th of November, Cameron Murray can create history. At 3 p.m. in Hamilton, New Zealand, Cam will partner Liam Martin in the back row when the Aussies take on the Kiwis in the Pacific Championships final. Now, if Cam scores in his 7th test in a row, he will break Ron Coote's 54-year-old record, which is a huge achievement. Now, there's been a bit of debate. I put up a graphic of the two great men. There it is there. Ron Coote, Cam Murray, both Rabbitohs, both playing for the Kangaroos. And it's ignited a bit of debate. People are saying, look, Ron Coote, you can't compare the two. It's like comparing chalk and cheese, someone said. Well, look, let's have a look at that now. Can we compare Ron Coote and Cam Murray? Is it fair to either man? Look, let's start with Ron. Now, he is a champion guy. We have spoken to him on this show. He is a bloke that should be an immortal. How he's not an immortal, I don't know. Let's have a look at his resume. He played in 9 grand finals in 11 seasons and won 6. That's right, 6 grand finals. 4 with the Rabbitohs and 2 with, unfortunately, the Roosters, the evil empire, in consecutive years, in 74 and 75. Now, the reason they won all those grand finals is because Ron Coote was playing lock. And I've been joined by, it's Sir Boys, and he says, morning, Mavo. Hello, Oscar. That's Oscar, the editor. And I'm going to have a talk about him in a little while. But, yeah, thanks for joining me in the live chat. And we are brought to you by Dot Bill Constructions. Yeah, so, look, Ron Coote, I never saw him live, but you see the footage of the bloke, and the cover tackles were just out of this world. He just would run across and cut people in half. The only bloke that's, some sort of similar was the great Steve Mortimer, Turvey. He would just come across like a bull terrier and grasp people, and Ron was like that. And not only was he a great defender, Ron, but a good attacker. So, yeah, obviously 4 comps with the Rabbits, speaks for itself. Goes to the Chooks, and they win another 2. I think they had Artie Beetson and a few others. But one of the keys in that puzzle was getting Ron Coote across the other side of Anzac Parade. He's also represented Australia in 23 tests, did Ron Coote. And he was captain for 3 games in the 1970 World Cup. He scored 13 test tries. And obviously he scored in 6 consecutive tests, as has Cameron Murray now. Now, it's very hard to compare eras. The game has evolved. Let's have a look at a few things. We now have interchanges, whereas before, when Ron Coote was playing, you played the whole game. And even that was the case when I started playing in 1987. So what that meant is the game, as you got towards half-time and full-time, it opened up a bit because players would get tired. And so that would open up opportunities for try-scoring forwards like Ronnie to run, against some tired forwards and backs. With the advent of the interchange, everyone's fresh all the time. And so it's saying that it was harder back in the day and it's easier now, different opposition. It's very hard because there's a lot of variables in that. Now, people are saying also that, the opposition as in, Lebanon. Ron Coote never got to play against Lebanon. But, having a look at Lebanon, they had Mitchell Moses and Adam Dewey in the halves, Jacob Carraz, Reece Robinson, and former Rabbitoh Jackson Rami, who just killed him in the New South Wales Cup Grand Final coming off the bench. So they had some good players in there. It's not like they were an A-grade side. They had some NRL talent in that side. Yes, they, not as formidable as the superpowers like New Zealand, England, and, France is no longer sort of around. But that's the point I'm making, that, And the other thing with Cam is, no, he hasn't won any comps yet. But he is only 25, and he has played in that grand final where we got rolled by the Panthers by 2 points, which we could have won if things had gone our way and we didn't have a few players out or whatever. But, Souths are looking to bounce back, and I'm tipping next year they will in 2024 and become a premiership contender. So they're is grand finals in Cameron Murray's future? I'd rather just celebrate the fact that Cameron Murray is an elite talent. He's been carving them up since he was a kid playing for Mascot. You've seen the footage on Bunnies TV. He's just a natural footballer. And, never the biggest kid, but, geez, just all the ability in the world, all the talent in the world. And, you only got to see what he does for South and now what he's doing for the Kangaroos. He's got a high motor. He's a great defender. He never stops. And he is a great runner of the ball, as you saw. And I had a comment on the post I did about Cam, and a bloke was at the game in Melbourne, and he said, I was watching Cam, and he said the stuff he does that you don't see on TV, he's just all the little effort areas that you see from that guy makes him the great player that he is. So, yeah, just celebrate that he's doing. Instead of saying, he's not as good as Ron and this and that. Look, we had two great Rabbitohs pull on the green and gold of the Kangaroos, and they've both done something unbelievable, scoring in 6 tests. So, I just rather look at the positives than the negatives. That game on Saturday was a good game. I enjoyed it. Now, someone said to me, they're not that interested in this test series. Well, fair enough. But I love test football. You've got the best of the best running out there. It's like watching Origin. And, you don't get to see that very often. So there's no footy in the off-season. We get to see this. And it was a closely fought contest. I was keeping an eye on Cam to score and equal the record. And there was only a minute left, and I thought, it's not going to happen. But then Nicho Hynes got the ball. Little short ball. Cam burst through, and the smile on his face, you would have saw it in the intro. Let's have another look at it there. Look at him when he realises. Look at the face when he realises. He says, yes, I got this. All right, so it was a great moment, and I did enjoy that. And well done, Cam. You made my Saturday night watching that, jumping around the lounge room. And I know a lot of South supporters did enjoy that. So the Kangaroos did beat the Kiwis 36-18, but that game had little bearing on the Pacific Championship final because they've got to do it all again this Saturday, the 4th of November, like I said, at 3 p.m. in Hamilton. So the Kiwis have got the home ground advantage. They are a fair side, and it's going to be interesting to see if they can bounce back against this star-studded side. Now, we have got the side here, the Kangaroos lineup. So Mal has brought back in 2 fair front rowers, Payne Haas and Tino Famusoali. Hopefully I spelled it. Doesn't know how you say it. But anyway, Tino and Haas. I mentioned Haas on the last show. What a weapon he is. And also Liam Martin returns. Now, unfortunately, that means that that Nicho Hynes missed out. So did Jake Trbojevic and also Thomas Flegler. So, unlucky, but, you can't. The 3 that they've brought in, they had to bring them in, especially Haas and Liam Martin. They're outstanding players, and Tino was as well. So he's a big unit, and so that's going to be a good game. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to be on the plane to Bali when that's on, so I'll try and do a recap from Bali. That'll be interesting. I'll get any signal over there or Wi-Fi. I should be able to continue on, so look for that. And we'll move on to the Fiji PNG game. Now, Fiji been too good for PNG. They beat them 43-16. AJ scored a try for the Kumals in the second minute, so they might have thought, we're on here, but no. Fiji too strong. Tane Milne played well. And that game, that will be the final of the Pacific Championships Bowl, I think it's called. I think I called it the Plate last time. But anyway, I was in the same vicinity. So, 4 p.m. in PNG. Fiji will be the heavy favourites, but you never know. PNG might be up for it. They've got some talent in the ranks. So look out for that. Bunnies TV is brought to you by Dot Bill Constructions, George's Cameras, the Juniors Group of Clubs, and Sight Pizza. So, yes, we've got Oscar, my lad in there. I just knocked me water over. My lad in the chat there, and he's been helping me out with a bit of stuff. Now, I've just did an interview of Bailey Smith, Pathway star, and here's Bailey scoring a try for the Botany Rams, and we've got a little bit in common. There he is. He's diving over there for the
Try
Bunnies,
there.
Bailey. And this is a bit of Oscar's work. So what Oscar does is gets the tries and he zhuzzes it up a bit.
Puts in a little
with some
kick.
graphics and all of that. And we'll just show you this one. This is the Bailey Smith, another try he scored in the game. He scored a hat-trick in this game, of course.
Try.
So he's a kid to watch in the pathway system. He's done his knee, but he'll be back. So look out for his interview. But yeah, that's what Oscar's doing. He's offered his services to get some experience on Bunnies TV, and I've welcomed him with open arms, and he's taught me some stuff, and I've taught him some stuff. So it's a nice collaboration we're working out there, mate. And we're doing the Top Tries 2023 series. We just did the one with O'Shea Tyman in the A-grade grand final, and he thanked me for tagging him on Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, it's Bunnies TV AU. And, I was having a chat to O'Shea, and he was very thankful, and a few of his friends shared it. It was a great try. To refresh your memory, I should have put it on here to show you, but the All Blacks were down to Mavo, and a second rower called Jay Belgrove put a chip over the top. And we did tip the viewers into Jay that he's a talented guy and he can put a try on, and that he did. He chipped over the top, regathered, picked up O'Shea Tyman, who scored the try that won the grand final for the All Blacks. So that's what we're doing. We're revisiting some tries that have been scored this year, and we've captured a few good ones. A couple by Tyrone Munro, the one by Jacob Gagai at Coogee Oval, one of my favourites. Ran the length, and a great call by Albie Tallarico, who's been helping me out on the show too. So thanks to everyone who supported me on the show and coming on as guest host. Bailey was keen to come back too. He'll come. You can look forward to seeing him having a chat. He's, he can be my man on the inside of the pathway system. He's hoping to get back for the start of the estuary ball season and then maybe play some flag after that. But look out for his interview, like I said. In other news, Jai Arrow signed until the end of 2027, which was good news. So good on you, Jai. He could have tested the open market in November, but, good on the Rabbitohs retention committee. They got in and made him an offer that he didn't want to refuse. I don't know what it is, but, we've got him for the next few years, and he's a valuable member of this team, as you know. He's not the biggest bloke, a bit like Bailey, but he's got a big engine, and he is tough, and he's got a lot of skill, and he plays big minutes, and he's an Origin player. So he's valuable. So that comes on top of the Keon signing that I mentioned last time. A few more pieces in the puzzle. Whiten's coming. And we also signed Sean Kepi from Manly. So, it's he adds a real big body in the middle. He's played 79 first grade. So, it's coming together nicely. And also, I saw the Rabbitohs put up some photos of the boys back at training. So blokes like Tommy Fletcher, shout out to Dad Nick and the family. He's back on the tools, back at the Rabbitohs Centre, straight into it. And there was photos of Liam LeBlanc and Jai Gray and Hazen Mellors and Leon Tahu and a few others, Brock Gray. And also I saw Lockie was there getting in there of the boys. So good on him for getting in there early. And so it's back on. So we've got the Rabbitohs are already back training. We've got pathways coming up too. So we've got a trial next month that me and Milo are going to try and get out there and bring you some of that. So that's a full trial at Erskineville Oval on the 16th of December. That's everyone. That's the Lisa Fiola 17s, the Tasha Gale 19s, the boys under 16 development, Harold Matts and SG Ball, all playing at Urco. So it's a day full of footy there. If you're not doing anything, get out to Urco and have a look at them all. But if not, we might be able to bring you some of that live or some of the footage anyway on Bunnies TV. And then they've got more trials to come in January. So there's plenty of content here on Bunnies TV. Always something to do. We've got articles coming out on the website, bunniestv.au. I mentioned Instagram before. Facebook's going great still. I mentioned that on the last show. So that graphic I did of Cam and Ronnie Coote, there it is there, the two great men. That's gone gangbusters on Facebook, shared a heap of times and ignited this debate about the two guys. And like I said, yes, Ronnie Coote, legend, and Cam's not maybe in that category yet, but the bottom line is, in 100 years' time, if Cameron breaks this record, or even if he doesn't, they're going to say 2 guys have scored in 6 consecutive tests. Ron Coote and Cam Murray. They're not going to put a little asterisk next to it and say, oh, but, this and that. But that debate will rage on. In other news, Trell Mitt and Jack White and the charges were dropped. And what a story that was yesterday, that the police officer lied on the stand, telling pork pies, telling fibs. And the next day, the prosecutors just had to go, well, see you later. Case dismissed. We got nothing. So, anyway, so let's hope the boys can just put that all behind them now, get out here to the Rabbitohs Centre and prepare for a big 2024. Now, I think they are related, those boys. So look for some magic between those 2 guys in 2024. Like I said, the pieces of the puzzle are coming together for the Rabbitohs in 2024. So, like I said, there's going to be some stuff happening in the off-season. Thanks to everyone who's either watching this or listening as a podcast. Appreciate your support, and plenty more to come in the off-season and then into the new year here on Bunnies TV, whether it's live and free or we just put it up across the network. There'll be stuff here for you to enjoy on the show. Thanks a lot. Thanks to everyone who supported me here, and I'll be back. Maybe not from Bali, but after that.